Hey guys, so today I'm pretty excited because Netflix live action of One Piece season 2 is gonna have a first look. So I'm excited for this trailer. Let's see how it's gonna turn out. I do like how the ship is looking like. It's nice. This view is pretty cool too. Because the first ship is the Going Merry. I'm trying to avoid to mention the next ship, the name, but I was about to say it by accident, but the Going Merry looks nice.
Everything I've done, everywhere I go, is for the one.
So far it looks good. I love the setup and the way the buildings are looking. It's looking good. This is a hot series to the live action. I understand they had to change things and compromise in other ways. They do sometimes waste too much time on pointless little fights with the regular Marine soldiers, but I understand that this is a hard series set to make a live action of. It's a lot of freaking effort.
Peace.
Hmm.
What is that?
Hmm. So now they finally have Smoker. Cool. So this arc is gonna be it's one of my favorites, and it's just an awesome one when they're going to introduce one of the Shichibukais, and it's gonna be a great arc. And again, Zoro is just such a badass in this arc too. The things he's able to realize other people having besides Nami. Nami, people really need to pay attention to Nami. She's not dumb. She's not just a navigator. She's one of the best navigators in the series, and she really is aware of her surroundings. People ignore Nami a lot, but she has done so much in the series, and she's such a great support. If it wasn't for her, the Straw Hats would already be dead. They wouldn't be able to survive in the sea. They wouldn't be able to navigate. And not only that, she has been a key supporter for Luffy in certain fights. If it wasn't for her, he would have lost. So keep paying attention to Nami. It's not just Zoro. It's not just Sanji. It's not just Luffy. No, it's not just 2020 Chopper, and I'm not gonna mention the rest right now. Nami matters a lot. Usopp is also very crucial. He did some things later on that also being extremely helpful. Even though they're not physically the strongest, their support is actually really beneficial for the crew's safety and success. Just keep that in mind. I also like how they introduced the giants too because they do appear in this arc. A couple giants do, so it's pretty cool. You're gonna learn much more about them and the race of giants much later in the series. Not gonna see that anytime soon in the live action. It took a while for us to learn about the race of giants in the One Piece world anyway, but they're cool. Mhm. Oh, okay. All right, so I'm happy about this. I know season two is, it's coming out. I had no clue that they already got approval for season three. I wonder how long they're gonna keep doing this. With the manga so long, guys? It's over 1,000 chapters, over 1,000 episodes. Even when you remove the fillers, it's still over 1,000 episodes. A lot of fillers though that you can skip easily. Some that are harder because they do within actual canon moments of the manga, so some of you can't just skip completely. But you can always watch One Piece, and they do a lot of the great editing, so you don't have to worry so much about it. Some things it's hard to edit out, or they kept because it kind of makes sense for the scene. Even if I don't agree with some of the fillers they have, it's not a big deal. One Piece is a good way to watch One Piece. Much better than just regularly watching it on Netflix. But up to you guys how you want to watch One Piece. One Piece, I always recommend it to people. But I'm happy that season three is already being approved. I was not expecting that already. Okay. So it's looking good. I guess gonna have a 2026 release. I know the series is so expensive, and this is a series that is definitely hard to have the perfect CGI, and Netflix not they don't I don't think they're gonna spend the budget to make this show look like it's a freaking movie in the movie theaters. But it looks really good. I like the afterlife for Luffy. I think he really gets the energy that Luffy has, especially pre-time skip. The after for Zoro is good. A little bit more emotions would be better because Zoro is not so stoic and just always serious and just always right to fight. Like Zoro has more personality than that. He does laugh, he does drink, he does have a good time. He does express himself in other ways. He's actually funny. The moments that Zoro just makes me laugh because the way he is and some things he says and do. So it's not just a stoic character, just always serious. That's not really him. You can argue that he got made a little bit more serious post time skip because you really have to be, but a lot of it is similar to what he did during the pre-time skip situations anyway. And honestly, after certain things that happened in pre-time skip and what happens to Luffy later and stuff, makes sense why a lot of the cats got more serious, especially Sanji and Zoro. They have to be. They're the most reliable members of the crew in terms of finding out the opponents. So besides, there's gonna be some else who's gonna join who I love too, who's very useful. But in terms of being the heavy hitters, the heavy hitters of the crew besides Luffy, you're gonna see who are. They're more than just Zoro and Sanji, but Zoro and Sanji are no really important. They're basically the wings of Luffy. So keep that in mind. They're very, very crucial for his success too. But the whole crew is needed. As much as people try to claim it, the strides will be fine without Nami or without Usopp. Not so much. Usopp really does play a crucial role, especially later on, that saved Luffy and Zoro. For once, he actually finally saved them. Because pre-time skip, Usopp doesn't really save Zoro, Sanji, and Luffy at all. It's always been the other way. But post-time skip, he does something that really saves Luffy's and Zoro's ass. I'm not gonna say what it is in this video, but just keep that in mind. But a lot of these things, if it happens in the live action, it's gonna take a long, long time. That's they got to cut off so much crap that they have to see if it makes sense. But the live action is more for people, in my opinion, who are not the anime manga fans of One Piece. I think it's more for new audience that have an interest in One Piece but don't feel like reading the thousand plus chapters of the manga or don't feel like watching the thousand plus episodes. And they want something more with a quicker pace, more to the point. And I think the series honestly provides that. And I think it's good for the audience. I have my criticism of the first season, but I don't think it's a bad series, but it's for different audience. And I think that's okay. And this was obviously from the Netflix anime YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe to them so you keep getting updates. Definitely worthwhile your time to subscribe to Netflix anime YouTube channel. Why this shit looks like a movie, so fantastic, cinematic, and beautiful. I do when I say it doesn't look like a movie, I'm talking about more the CGI effects. Could be better, but I said that to have the budget to look like one of those Avatar James Cameron movies, it's gonna cost them hundreds of millions of dollars for this type of series. But overall, the scenery and the prep of the decoration of the buildings, everything, the props and all that look really movie quality. So I agree to that. Just the CGI is the hardest, for the certain scenes and the way Luffy fights and devil fruit fighters in general are complicated to animate properly. Imagine doing it as a CGI. It's live action is even harder. So I get to the end, it still looks good. The fact that season 3 is already in production proves that Netflix is working nonstop. Yeah, this is definitely something they're taking a hit risk in hoping that this will get a lot of views. If Mihawk was a daddy of season 1, I think Smoke will be for this season. Smoke is fun. No, he's not that important character really, but he's a fun character. He was more important during the pre-time skip. He was more crucial then, and you're gonna learn why. But post time skip, I like characters that seem to be really important pre-time skip and not that big deal anymore. My God, Robin looks like a goddess. Let me see that again. Yeah, so that's Nico Robin. I do like how in the anime in the pre-time skip they made Nico Robin more tan skinned. But technically, the manga show is always light skin. Looks nice though. I like it. Miss, oh Sunday, right? Sanji kicking though. Let me check that one again. Yeah, yeah. They it's hard to do these things, man. Like these things are so hard to do. You know, the way Zoro fights, the way Sanji fights, that's gonna be hard to like do it really nicely, and they're doing a good job. Luffy's even harder though. With the Death Fruit powers, it makes it complicated. Can't imagine what they would do with his new abilities later. Um, Never in my life have I needed sun so much and never known until I received it. Yeah, basically everyone. One Piece live action season 2 appears. Yeah, basically that's it. But they definitely put in effort. This must be so freaking hard to do. But in general, you know, let me know what you guys think in the comment section if you're excited for season 2 and obviously the release of season 3. I'm waiting to see the trailer of that too. And how do you feel about season 1? Did you guys like season 1? Did you guys feel like it was done well? Do you have some um recommendation of what they could do better, or even just criticism on certain things, which I think anyone who's been reading and watching One Piece like I have will have definitely criticisms. But if I had to give props what crops are doing now, they did, give them credit where credit is due because this is hard to do. But I think they're doing pretty decent job, as good as it probably can ever get for live action of One Piece. Some characters they could look more like the background should be better. Like I mentioned this before with Nami, because she's based on a Swedish person. It should be someone who's Swedish with a Swedish accent would be better. I love how Luffy, the actor for Luffy, really has what you think would be a South American vibe, South American accent. I don't believe he's Brazilian. I think he's Hispanic, but that's so cool. I don't have a problem with that. It would be cool if they actually got Brazilian and have someone who has a Brazilian accent like I do. I'm Brazilian, especially with a carioca accent, since I'm from Rio de Janeiro. That would have been cool. But I don't mind the way they pick. I think he's doing a really good job. I think the actor for Zoro is also good. I believe he's also Japanese, if I'm not mistaken, which Zoro is Japanese. And I think they try to get more into the characters as best as they can to be accurate to how they portray in the manga and anime series. It's not easy to do. But anyway, if you guys like the video, like and subscribe. Watch this on TikTok, follow us on TikTok. And of course, you can support us on Patreon if that's something you like to do. It's up to you guys. Have a good day.